And the radar indicates it's going to continue, but nothing to stop football from happening at FedEx Field. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Washington Commanders. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. From his end zone is Byron Pringle. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Takes over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Brissett going to go to the air right away. Complete. It's Dotson. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down. This defense for the Dolphins, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
This defense certainly has a lot to be proud of coming off of last week's game, because when you only give up 14 points in a contest, you give your team a great chance to win. The best defense in the league is usually going to average giving up 18, 19 points a game. So to be under that, a terrific achievement.
Brissett now on second down. And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag. So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose it down on the grounding call. On 3rd down, Robinson. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And this returnable for Hill. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Caught by Wilson. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
First carry of the game for the Aggie alum, Devon Achane. And he'll take this down to the 33. You talk about this Washington defense. They're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom 5 in the league against the pass at number 28.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
To his throw here to be caught by Wilson. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 22-yard line. 11 yards for number 11.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. A-Chain on 1st and 10. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. But not many guys who can blow up plays like Chase Young. He did it again there. A tackle for loss there. 2 last week. He's tough to handle coming off the edge.
And when you talk about a defensive end, your first thought is how does he rush the passer? That's where he makes his big plays getting into the backfield. But the best ones can play the run as well. And that's what we're seeing from him, that excellent combination of holding the point of attack and also getting upfield.
He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Dolphins are on the board first here this afternoon. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. From the end zone, here's Pringle. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they come in losers of 2 straight. And remember, they've got the open date on their calendar next weekend, but you think it's vitally important, Charles, that they focus on the task at hand here.
Absolutely, because these players, they know what's coming up, and the difference between taking time off following a win versus doing so on a 3-game losing streak, that's absolutely huge because they may come back if they lose this game to a facility, and there may be new faces in there and some teammates lost.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
3rd and short yardage, Brissett. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not much happening offensively here early on. That's 2 drives and 0 first downs. This defense, they've come to play, and they're the better of the 2 units here so far.
Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Watch out for Hill on the return. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football.
Their own 18-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal. One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21. You talk about this Washington defense. They're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom 5 in the league against the passer, number 28.
They're in the bottom 10 in the league. I mean, when you look at their talent, you would think that they'd be much better. Overall, I don't think there's any question you'd have to say that they've underachieved.
Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets him on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick six.
And I know from experience throughout the week, when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick sixes and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Berrios now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. He'll buy some time right. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 22 yards there, a first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Here's a toss left for A-Chain. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. No sweat from Montez Sweat that time as he makes that stop look easy. These two teams all tied after one. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Second and 14. From the gun, it's Tua. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and they're going to have a third down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Now a third down throw, but he misses the target, incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rush, you get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. To throw, Brissett. And this one is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Throwing again, Brissett on 2nd and 10. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Here's Brissett. He's got Gibson on the out route, and he'll go down at the 28.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the Dolphins' 28-yard line.
2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? Brissett's throw into the hands of McLaurin. And McLaurin going to pick up a Commander's 1st down as he'll get this down inside the 20. First catch here by McLaurin, and he's got himself a 1st down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a 2-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Hunt. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Brought down just shy of the goal line. No gain on the play.
Again, it's Hunt. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Kareem Hunt with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And Washington has taken the lead. No CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw.
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. So take away the touchdown. The officials rule he did not get the football to break the plane. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. Well, he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
I get the thought process. 3rd and short, give it to the fullback, let him bulldoze his way. But that means you're counting on your offensive line to win the line of scrimmage, aren't you?
Yeah, and there was just a mass of bodies there at the line. Looked like more defenders than offensive guys. Winds up losing yardage. The kick by Crosby is good, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession in the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Tua to try again on second down. It's Hill, complete. Tua to Tyreek for the Miami first. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him even if he has an elite defender on him because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. This goes to the tight end, Eric Saubert. They get 14 back, but it leads down to a third down. Tua going to try and go quickly here. Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. Got a man, it's Ronald, complete. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
That's a pretty good throw on the curl route there. Third down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
Tua now on first down. Being chased out left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Now Tua. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There's a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage. And that throw had no shot.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they may just be content to take this 3-point lead and head into the locker room. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And a pretty good run, all things considered. Probably would have liked that in the first quarter instead of right now as the clock continues to run. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he goes out right around the 39. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break.
Both these teams get a chance to dry out. Maybe change their cleats if need be. But halftime's just about over. Time to get back to it. And for the call of the second half, here's Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told him exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
The Commanders take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
On 3rd down, Brissett. That's out to the flat for Gibson. Down the right sideline. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 41 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Gibson here running out of the gun. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 48 yards rushing for him now. He's carried the ball just 5 times.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot. He picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Samuel on the slam. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2.
I think it might be time to move to a different section of the playbook there, because back-to-back runs, both for loss. Now they have 3rd and long coming up.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. A give up the middle to Gibson. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. 9 yards on the carry, but it's going to lead to a 4th down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. But whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this, because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just...
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes. And the Commanders are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover. An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
To throw is Brissett. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. It's been a struggle for him accruing yards in this game passing the football. So there he said, hey, I'm going to try to chuck it deep, but another incompletion.
Has to be a little bit frustrating because of what you just described. It's been a struggle for him here in the second half, hoping for one big shot to get him out of the doldrums.
Brissett from the gun on 3rd. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Here's Hill on the return. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. On the move to his left. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 9. Tua going to throw. And going deep for Hill. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins strike quickly here to tie up the ball game.
I don't think there's any great secret or mystery here. We're in the fourth quarter. You've got to take that shot, especially since you're down on the scoreboard. But I have to understand what was going on defensively. They've got to know that as well, don't they?
Absolutely, but they look lost defensively, and they took that shot, got in the end zone, now in position here to take the lead. From the end zone, here's Pringle. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. Finding space at the 40. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Now Brissett. Back to Gibson and another catch for him. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and we watch him drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
A first down throw for Brissett. This to McLaurin out on the left side. Down inside the 10. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll give him a fresh set of downs. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. Gibson trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding him out on first down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
2nd and goal from the 1. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. The Miami defense trying to keep him out. They haven't let him in yet. Can they hold again here on 3rd and goal? They'll try to run with Gibson. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Commanders answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth quarter lead.
And this is the time of game where offensive lines can really dictate a team's fortunes. It's been a tough battle. They've been out there for a long time. But this was a question of who can wear down who. And that's excellent work to put a long drive together and finish it with a touchdown run to take the lead.
They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it. So the two-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth-quarter lead. So they go with a pass there on the two-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their two-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have two-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Play action. Now it's Tua. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. Well, the elements, the crowd, the situation, this is NFL football at its best. Here's 3rd down. Here's Tua. That's complete to the tight end, Sauber. Well, Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And, Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
Now Tua on 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and set things in behind them. So some quick passes can work as well. And remember, field goal does them no good in this situation.
You got to think they should be taking some shots for the end zone soon. Tua. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save a timeout. All 3 timeouts remain. How much that'll matter remains to be seen. It's 1st and 10. Throwing Tua. Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball through, and it's 2nd down. Once more from the 11, 2nd and 10. Tua to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Now in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his heart. Totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. They'll call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Well, this crowd is making an impact right now. 3rd and 10. Now Tua. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. So a victory here for the Commanders. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for Washington, it's a 4th win on the year as they move to 4-9. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, it's a loss that could wind up costing them a first-round bye as they dip to 9-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem